issue with my good old doc. Trust issue where my friends all talk.
Vinnie Tortorich, what a treat. He made his name as a nutrition and health coach to the stars in LA. His book, Fitness Confidential, is maybe the only book in this field that had me constantly laughing out loud. Vinnie has also made several documentary films, including Fat, a documentary, which you should all see. Vinnie, let's have you on.
How's everybody doing out there? I heard something on the way up here. They said Washington, D.C. is Hollywood for ugly people. But I got to tell you, I see a lot of beautiful people out here today. Let's give yourselves a hand. Right. You know, I've done over 2,500 podcasts on one single subject. How we got fat. How we got out of shape. How did it happen in my lifetime? And just about every person you're going to see up here today has been on that podcast to explain why. Chris, you need to see me after this because you haven't been on yet. But I start every podcast the same way. Your good intentions have been stolen. I'm just here to try to help you get them back. But it shouldn't just be me trying to help people get their good intentions back. It's got to be me, the people up here speaking, and all of us. And all of us make a difference. You know, there's a few hundred people here today, but if we keep this going and make it bigger, then eventually someone's going to have to listen. In 2007, I came down with a mean round of cancer. I had leukemia. Almost died, but I'm still here. And then when that cancer was over with, I asked my doctor, I said, hey, I live in Hollywood. Everybody's telling me I need to juice. They're telling me I need to drink. One person told me, you need to drink 8 ounces of wheatgrass a day. Folks, I drank 1 ounce one day and almost threw up for the next 24 hours. So I asked my doctor if there was any truth behind any of this. And she said, no, absolutely not. And I said, well, what should I do? And she knew about my work in Hollywood and getting people to lose weight. She goes, you're the no sugars, no grains guy, right? I said, yeah, that's right. She goes, take your own advice. Do that. I was like, wait a minute. Cut out sugars, cut out grains, and I can cut out cancer? She goes, yeah, the research is not there yet, but it's coming. Now, this woman also told me that my cancer would be back in 5 years. It didn't come back in 5 years. It didn't come back in 6 years. It didn't even come back in 15 years. Thank you. I went 17 years before I ended up getting leukemia again, and I'm on the mend. I'm doing fine, so don't ask. But here's the deal. I have a new doctor because I live in a different place. And my doctor says, well, you're some kind of enigma. And then I had to go Google enigma. And I said, why? He goes, no one ever makes it this long. No one has ever gone 17 years. I said, Doc, do you want to know what I did? And he goes, nah, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to listen. You know, he looked at me as if I had a tinfoil hat. You know, I'm looking at everyone out here. Everyone out here is an N1 experiment. And that's what the doctors like to talk about. You're an N1 experiment. Me with my cancer. Each and every one of you have lost weight doing low carb or carnivore or some version in between. You've lost the weight, but you're only an N1 experiment, and guess what? Science is not interested in you. I'm here to tell you, they don't give a crap, okay? But I've seen not 10,000, not 100,000, I've seen hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of people, all N1 experiments. And if you ask me, when you line up enough N1 experiments, it becomes an epidemiological study. And I know one thing, government loves a good epidemiological study. So keep doing what you're doing, folks. Don't ever stop, and don't ever let them tell you anything different. Thank you.